James Dean. Just his name evokes an image that is instantly recognizable even decades after his untimely death. A young man, cigarette dangling, hair slicked back. His look was effortlessly cool, a style that many tried to emulate. He was the epitome of cool. With his leather jacket and rebellious attitude, he became a fashion icon. Dean wasn't just an actor, he was a force of nature on screen, bringing a raw intensity to every role he played. He was a cultural icon. His influence extended beyond the silver screen, impacting fashion, music, and even social attitudes. He became a symbol of teenage angst and rebellion. His roles captured the frustrations and dreams of a generation. Even though his career was short, his impact was huge. In just a few films, he left an indelible mark on Hollywood. Dean's appeal was his raw talent. He had an ability to convey deep emotions with just a glance or a subtle gesture. He wasn't afraid to show vulnerability. This made his characters relatable and real, resonating with audiences. He connected with audiences on a deep level. People saw themselves in his struggles and triumphs. His performances were raw and real. Dean's characters weren't perfect. They were flawed, just like us. They were flawed, just like us. And that made him relatable. His imperfections were his strength, and that made him relatable. Fans saw a bit of themselves in him, making his stardom feel personal. Dean's life was a story of contradictions. He was a public figure who craved privacy. He was shy and withdrawn off screen, a stark contrast to his bold and brash on-screen persona. Yet he exploded with energy on camera. His performances were electric, capturing the essence of his characters. He craved love and acceptance. This longing was evident in his most tender scenes, but he often pushed people away. His complexity made him a fascinating figure. This complexity made him fascinating. It added layers to his persona, both on and off the screen. It made him a legend whose legacy continues to inspire and captivate new generations. James Byron Dean was born in Indiana in 1931. He grew up in a small town surrounded by the simplicity and charm of rural life. His early life was marked by loss. The death of his mother when he was just 9 years old left a profound impact on him. His mother died when he was just 9 years old. This tragedy forced young James to grow up quickly, facing the harsh realities of life. Dean moved to California to live with relatives. This move was a significant change, introducing him to a new environment and new opportunities. He was a quiet boy, drawn to acting and racing. These interests provided him with an escape and a way to express himself. Dean returned to Indiana for high school. Back in his hometown, he reconnected with old friends and familiar places. He excelled in drama and sports. His talent on stage and on the field made him stand out among his peers. He wasn't a typical student. Often lost in thought, he was always searching for something beyond the ordinary. He was drawn to poetry and art. These creative outlets allowed him to explore his emotions and ideas. He was searching for something more, a deeper meaning, a greater purpose, something that would define his life. After graduation, he moved back to California, this time with a clear goal in mind: to pursue his dreams. He enrolled at UCLA to study acting. The vibrant campus and the bustling city provided the perfect backdrop for his ambitions. At UCLA, Dean's talent was obvious. His performances captivated audiences and earned him recognition. He dropped out to pursue acting full-time. The decision was risky, but he was determined to follow his passion. He took on small roles, anything to learn the craft. Each role, no matter how minor, was a step towards his dream. He was hungry for success. His drive and determination were evident in every audition and performance. He was determined to make it big. The dream of stardom fueled his relentless pursuit. He worked tirelessly, honing his skills. Late nights and early mornings were spent perfecting his craft, always striving for excellence. Dean's breakthrough came with East of Eden, a film that would forever change his career trajectory. His performance as Cal Trask was electrifying, capturing the complexities of the character with an intensity rarely seen on screen. He brought a raw intensity to the role, making every scene he was in unforgettable. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning rave reviews and drawing large audiences to theaters. Dean became a star overnight, his face and name known across the country. Next came Rebel Without a Cause, a film that would further cement his status as a leading actor. Dean played Jim Stark, a troubled teenager struggling to find his place in the world. The film captured the alienation of a generation, resonating deeply with the youth of the 1950s. It cemented Dean's status as a cultural icon, a symbol of youthful rebellion and angst. He became the voice of youth, influencing fashion and attitudes. His performances resonated with millions, creating a lasting legacy. Dean's final film was Giant, a sprawling epic that showcased his versatility. He starred alongside Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson, two of Hollywood's biggest stars. Dean played Jet Rink, a ranch hand who strikes oil and becomes wealthy, delivering another powerful performance. The film was another success, both critically and commercially. It showcased Dean's range as an actor, proving he could handle a variety of complex roles. He was at the top of his game, a true legend in the making. Section 4, A Star is Extinguished, the crash that shocked the world. On September 30th, 1955, tragedy struck. Dean was driving his Porsche Spyder to a race. He collided with another car on a California highway. Dean was killed instantly. He was just 24 years old. The news of Dean's death sent shockwaves around the world. Fans were devastated. He was gone too soon. His potential was limitless. His death was a tragic loss for the world of film. Dean's death only amplified his legend. He became a symbol of youthful rebellion. His image adorned posters and t-shirts. He was frozen in time, forever young. His legacy continued to grow. Section 5. Forever Young, the enduring legacy of James Dean. James Dean's legacy is complex and enduring. He made only 3 films, but his impact on cinema is undeniable. He brought a new realism to acting. He paved the way for future generations of actors. Dean's image remains powerful. He is a symbol of rebellion and nonconformity. His influence can be seen in music, fashion, and art. He is a cultural touchstone. His spirit lives on. Dean's life was short but impactful. He achieved more in a few years than most do in a lifetime. He was a true original. He left behind a legacy that continues to inspire. James Dean will forever be remembered as a legend.